Facebook. Good day, good day, good day. Let me just set us up right here. Let everybody tune in. Fix my fro a little bit. All right, yep, we are live. Let me just go ahead and share. Definitely setting this up for my entrepreneurs. I think this is super important. I guess you could talk about, like, we're going to talk a little bit about some etiquette here. But yes, if you are tuning in, state your city and state where you're tuning in from. We'll be getting started. Making sure I can see that we're live. I always kind of pull up on both ends so that way I can see, because sometimes where I'm tuning in from you guys from my computer is a little delayed. But Texas, what's up? Hey, how you doing, Jesus? So today is Thursday. This is a weird week, right? Because we had the holiday weekend, but the holiday was actually Tuesday. So some people still went back to work and everything on Monday, functioning properly, And then I wasn't on live or work at all on Tuesday neither. So it's just like a weird week. I don't even know what the day feels like. But we're capping out towards almost the end of the week. So today is Thursday, July 7th. I am Lauren L.C. Thrive, the Thriving Entrepreneur. I help entrepreneur women to take excels and leaps into their business, to launch their business more online, to, create the income and the wealth that they desire without sacrificing time with family and avoid burnout. That is one of the things I think all entrepreneurs, but especially women, we get tired. We do everything. We take care of the kids, the husband, the family. We work. We run our business on the side. We're in a women's group. We do this. There's so many things that we particularly do. So I help, women entrepreneurs to be able to excel their business, launch a system more online and be able to have their business to run with more ease. So here on ThriveAbundantly TV, we are on weekdays, Monday through Friday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And I am here to, really get you to, think about your business. Like I say every day, ThriveAbundantly TV is a place to get you to go, get you to start thinking about your business, get you in a place where someone can shake you a little bit. And sometimes, gut check you, really hit you a little bit below the belt, but you need it. And I'm pretty much like, I'm a Taurus. I'm very bold. I'm very bull and very bold. And I feel like these are things that is needed in your business. So if you need that from anyone, this is the place you'll have me to be here to do that. If you are a super sensitive person, I tell you to end this channel right now. Go ahead and exit out and continue what you've been doing. But if you're here to really get in a place where you need to hear things to help you into your business, get you in a place where sometimes you may be feeling a little sensitive or uncomfortable, but it's something that you need to hear. As an entrepreneur, you have to be in places where you're a little uncomfortable, where you get someone to say, hey, you slipping up, you're messing up in your business, you need to step your game up. And it's more like, I know, it's something you don't want to hear, but you need to hear it. This is the place. This is the channel, Thrive Abundantly TV. This is here. I'm your girl, Elsie Thrive. I'm here to help you, push you into your business, because I needed to do that. It took me years to really get to where I needed in my business, because I didn't have Facebook Live and all these things when I started 12 years ago. And it would have helped. I'm not saying that I didn't have mentors and people to tell you, but if you see it constantly, you have people, on channels and stuff like that, you hear it often. Hi, Ariel. How you doing, beautiful? What's up, Queen? Shasta. Hi, Queen. How you doing? So For anybody else who's tuning in, just go ahead and keep, comment below, likes, hearts, love it, share it, because we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me know what city and state you're tuning in from. I know we got Arkansas, we got Harker Heights, Texas. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. But as I said, so we've been talking about the power of network this week, okay? So Monday, I talked about specifically towards entrepreneurs. I mean, I always talk about entrepreneurs, but I was speaking specifically to network marketers because I get a lot of people who are in network marketing, may not be sure what they want to do, in their field, or trying to figure it out, or they are thinking about it, been looking into things. And as we know, St. Louis is in the house. Hi, Ariel. So I don't know why I always want to put you in Arkansas. Maybe because a lot of my teammates are there, but St. Louis, my apologies. So a lot of, for those who do and do not know, Jay-Z, the infamous Hove, he has released the 444 album, and it's really big and a great time and an opportunity for us. And he's really calling out to get for us as Black people to step our game up. So I love it. I've been talking about this for some time now about, we really got to get in a place to, change our money mentals, our money mindset. I even made a money blueprint quiz to, help you to see where you are. And if you need help with that, those are things where I also help and coach on, the whole thing with, entrepreneurship and growing and building wealth is really like 90% of it is mental, 10% of it, the rest of the 10% is in your head. So what does that tell you? It's 100% mental. It's all, again, it's a mental game. You know what I mean? So I love, a couple of the songs. I like the OJ Story, Family Feud. He dropped a few things on the album. So Monday I was talking about, for those who are waking up and getting woke and they're looking into different opportunities, make sure you know these particular 8 steps, or if you are in one, it's really important to know the 8 steps of, what you should be looking for to know if you're aligned with the right company that you're in. If, things are aligned, because if you're not, these things aren't going to work. So definitely check that out. A few 8 pointers was like, making sure that the company is aligned, the industry, the founder, the niche, of the brand of whoever that you're particularly representing, the compensation, and so go back and check that out. It's a really, really good, live video on a topic. I talked about it before. It's one of the keynotes that I specifically talk about. I have a lot of entrepreneurs always tell me, it's a really great, like anybody who looks to pursue anything, any company, any business, any network marketing opportunity, need to know those exact key steps that I talked about in that video. And then yesterday, I spoke about, it was a part 2 of the power of the network, about how important it is to get outside and into your network and collaborate with people. So today I wanted to talk about, the do's and don'ts of networking. And hold on one second. For those who, what's the blueprint quiz? Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna type this for, I'm guessing it's Shay, SHAE. I'm going to comment and put it in the link in the comments, so that way you can take the blueprint quiz right here. So it'll be showing up in the comments. It's created a bit.ly link called Money Mind Quiz. So it's a free quiz that you can take, to know what your money blueprint is, really see where you are. And if there's certain areas where, you lean a little bit, I even give the results of what you should do based on your results. So that's a free quiz that's there. So I hope that's helpful, Queen. Okay, so like I said, today I was talking about, the do's and don'ts of networking. The power network. We need to look at, expanding our network in all ways possible for maximization. And if you have the power of network to the max, the maximization, what does maximization mean? To the max, to the, to exceed, to the capacity. The thing with networking, there is no capacity as much as you can, go out and obtain and connect with these many people. So it's really important to, you know, always figure out, ways to network. And I always, when you're out, we talked about yesterday, like, business cards. And I said that they're great to have, but not the majorly important, because a lot of times it's the connection that you make that really matters. And then, of course, have your business card, but don't be one of those people. And this is what inspired this chat today, is don't be one of those people that just pass out your card and never really engage. So that's a don't number one. So a do is always put yourself in an opportunity to network, in any way possible. A lot of times people always look at networking as business so much, when networking is you going to your friend's barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Your next client might be someone there. I'm not saying go in there and be like, yeah, what kind of money can I make at my friend's barbecue? Like, ooh, her friend look like she makes money. I'm not saying that. But, a lot of times, having great rapport with people and people who are still entrusting to you is going to get you to a point to make, when people trust in you, they're willing to spend money into you. Remember this. People are always looking to buy, but they never are looking to be sold. I'll say that again. People are always looking to buy, but they're never looking to be sold. You ever look at when you go to, I've done a lot of trade shows, like all over different states. And, people are always coming with their wallets ready to look for and buy stuff, but they're not looking to be sold. As soon as you're like shoving down flyers and, hey, come here, come look at this, it kind of turns them off. Especially if you're from where I'm from. You walk down the street, someone's always throwing a flyer in your hand. Someone's always saying, hey, come buy this. Someone's always like coming to ask you to buy something. Can I do this for you? And just throwing their service into your face rather than, making it see that there's some value. So, like I said, number one as a do is always look for ways to connect and network and build rapport. But the number one don't shove your business down someone's throat. That's just like saying, hey, catch. And you just throw in, people are not even expecting, what are you giving them? And and that's why there's sometimes, oh man, I remember, like I said, when I used to do trade shows, probably like my late teens, early 20s, I used to be one of those people because I was trained by those really high direct sales, energetic people, right? So this is what I was faking the funk. Now I'm just my natural self. I really work on, building a real rapport and relationship with someone because I want to trust and instill from them to be my client and for me, to be the person that's providing the service. But I remember I was like, hi, da, 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 and they were always saying compliment and, all these things. And then you get people who's like looking at you like, and it's just the same. If you just go to someone and say, hey, catch, and throw, that's exactly the same as it is as you just giving people your, hey, excuse me, I thought you was this and this and this. Here's my business card, and you walk off. Never, never, never do that. Because this is what you're going to get. I'll give you a prime example. I see someone, and this is what I used to do when I used to be in a particular company. Another do, number two, is always compliment. Find something to relate with that person, right? So that's always good, right? So I had that part right, but I did the number one, don't shove my business in their face, right? So I would see someone, and it's a woman. I had a woman kind of consulting business product or whatever, right? Oh, hey, you look really nice. Da, 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 da. Here's my card. Da, da, da. Call me sometimes. And do you buy this? Do you use this? And just throwing, and they're just like, no. And then you get them, and they'll take your card, and they're kind of looking, and they're like, oh, okay. And you're like, can I have your number? And they're like, sometimes, believe it or not, people, like I said, there's really no real wrong way. There's, you can't say the wrong thing to the right people, because even though I was doing that technique, totally messed up, wrong, I still got business. I would have excelled way better if I worked on certain things and built more rapport. But I was just thinking, like, everybody say it's numbers, get all these people, get all these contacts. And I had to funnel through, but you'll find that if you do it the right way, you don't have to really funnel through these people so much. You'll actually have someone who's looking forward to talk to you. So, like I said, number one, don't shove your business down someone's throat. Number two of a don't is do not have word vomit. Again, do not have word vomit. What does that mean, Lauren? What does word vomit mean? You're making me sick, right? So word vomit is where you're blabbing and blabbing and blabbing all about your business, telling them all this, oh, well, you should use this and this and this and this and this. And I get it. When you're nervous and you're new in business, you kind of typically do that. It's kind of like a soothing psychologic method to kind of calm your nerves. But you got to really work on it. That's why I mentioned on yesterday. That's why I mentioned to look into Toastmasters, can help you, or something that helps you with public speaking, learning about elevator pitches, things like that when it comes to marketing and branding and talking about your business, like how to become a better speaker, things like that. That's what I coach with. I've went through, different workshops and trainings and things like that that helps you to have better deliverance with your your business and your brand. And had to do like kind of like, how you do like speed dating. We had to do like a speed marketing for businesses, and I am looking to start doing events to help people here in New York with that. But that's what I also help with coaching with my clients. That's like a perk and a bonus. So when I say do not have word vomit, do not just blab all over your prospect. Okay. It really just starts to disconnect them and disinterest them because, like I said, no one wants to be sold. So automatically they're like clicking on, and you're starting to sound like Charlie Brown, womp womp womp. You're like now you're selling them. They're being sold. They went from wanting to buy, looking as far as the interest, and now you're just overly selling. So you're going to lose your prospect, client, customer, or whatever, just blabbing all over them. So that's a big don't do. I've actually watched it. I would say practice these do's or don'ts. Like actually do the don'ts and see the difference, and then don't do the don'ts and just see the difference. And I've actually played with it while networking. Like I used to run all around New York City streets prospecting. So I've been pretty well with, learning the game and talking to people and, really kind of connecting and engaging in different environments. So I remember, I had prospecting partners and accountability partners and stuff like that when we used to be out here. So, we used to do like, okay, let's, your next five people basically screw up, like, do all the things that you don't do or what you typically do, because sometimes you still hold on to those things knowing you're not supposed to do it, but it's a comfort space. I used to be one of those people that will pass out my business card and don't exchange the information with the person. I'm just, because I used to be like, well, at least I told him, and I was proud that I even got enough courage to go and speak to the person and give him my card. But guess what? They never call unless you engage some rapport. So yesterday when I talked about, where the business cards really have a value, it has no value if value wasn't given first. So the value has to be given first, the rapport. Yeah, you cool. And then sometimes it comes to the point that they will ask you, you have a business card? Then that's when it's needed, because yes, professionalism, having your business card, your brand, and things like that kind of entices what's given. So the first impression should not be your business card. It should be you, your brand. What are you talking about? How you deliver? Because guess what? Once they got that business card and they go ahead and start going into your service, call you, whatever it is that your business card said to do next, who do they get? If you are a first person service and business, it's you. Now, if you have something where, they don't really see you, they go to a website and order a product, okay, something a little different. But I'm speaking specifically to those who are at a one-on-one service, like where they're like the first person service and providing, information and things like that, and they're engaging with their clients. You got to be the person that person feel comfortable with. So never let your business card be the first impression. I typically tune people out when they just run up to me and, hey, here's my business card. Like, it's just a repeated spiel. What do you want? That's my first thing. Like, okay. And then I'll look. Sometimes, let me just go back on my words. Sometimes I have been given good business cards, and this person really, their service is something that's really needed, but they're following up with value right as they're giving out the business card. So I have been in places where I've been on the other end of the prospect, or I have been in a place where I might have gave the business card because, when I did like the business marketing branding, like everybody's passing around their cards. So, it was like a practice, like pass your cards and have a conversation. So yeah, in that case, but you best to believe another do is when you do give your business card, make sure you are following up with some value and why are you need for their service. Do not waste your time and engage in talking to someone who is not interested in your business, who don't even look like they need your business and service. Everybody does not need to be your customer. You do not need everyone to get to your goal of what you want to sell or how much income you need. Everybody's not going to be there. There's millions and billions of people in the world, and not all of them are supposed to be your customer. So don't be upset neither when people are interested in your product or service. They're not your ideal customer. So if you haven't figured that out, sit down and really think about who is your ideal customer. Who do you particularly want? What type of niche of people do you service? If you are on here right now and saying, well, I just do what everybody, granted, your service might be for everyone, but who are you exactly where you really kind of connect and engage and work with more? Now, I can be of service to help for everyone, but I really specifically hone in my message and who I talk to women entrepreneurs. Okay, so I'm not saying like you got to have women entrepreneurs, but it's really important to know your exact niche and your expertise. In my training business, I've worked with people all different ages, male and female, but who do I particularly work with the most, who I have the most client testimonials with? It's women between the ages of 25 and 35. Typically, that's the higher margin. And I have a few from like the 44, and I have clients all the way up to 62. But when I'm doing my branding and marketing, when I'm doing my branding and marketing, I'm speaking specifically to those clients who I have the most testimonials from, who I really have great rapport from, and who I work with the most. Okay, like who I really service, and I'm a expertise in that. What I mean, and I'm specifically an expertise for those who may have specific injuries, former athletes, stuff like that. So, like, you need to hone in onto your message. This will help your networking. This will help your marketing. If this is making some sense and this is helpful, thumbs up, hearts, likes, and shares will be definitely grateful, because I'm dropping some serious nuggets that help me in my own business. I'm not just saying it because it's cute or cool. I'm telling you what has been shared from multi-million-dollar mentors I've had to, those who are the best and the beast in the industry. You know what I'm saying? I'm sharing a lot of nuggets that I've been trained from. Those who were in Tony Robbins, his name is Dragon. He's trained us a lot on it when it comes to, connecting and networking and also mindset shifting. So I'm not just blowing the breeze and saying these things. I'm telling you from people who have trained from the best of the best, who have been passed down to me. So I hope this is helpful and it's really connecting and making sense, because I want you guys all to win, whether you're my client or not. If you're tuning in onto this channel, I'm sharing nuggets as much as from what I know to help. And I have, this is episode 38, I believe. 38 already. Yeah, I always gotta check, but I believe 35 was last Friday. So yeah, 38. So I've been pouring into these episodes, and things like that. So you can always go back and look. If you're not on my email list, definitely, if you go to my page, you'll see my email list. Or I'll also type this one in the chat. You can also, oops. These are some nuggets. Thank you, King. I'm just seeing your comment. Sorry. But yes, if you guys, I gave a lot of feedback, more stuff that I'm sharing on here, or I might give the exact notes broken down on my email list. So I made a bit.ly link for those who do and do not know. And if you are having any kind of business where you brand, bit.ly needs to be your friend. It's bit.ly/thrive email. Just making sure I spell it right. I won't talk about me. All right, cool. So if you're not on my email list, definitely tune in because I share a lot of great content that I don't always get to share on, on the videos or the shows. And like I said, if you really need someone to hone in on, your business and really help you to get to a space where someone's always looking over your shoulder and walking the entrepreneur journey with you and building you up from, entrepreneur level as a person and to help and build your business. I am, like I said, we're at the beginning of the month. I only take a certain few amount of clients every month. So I can really help and work with each client to help them onto their business. So, hope that was pretty helpful. So, so far, let's backtrack. We're gonna just talk about the don'ts because that's the purpose. So, the number one don't is don't shove your business or your business card into people's business. Second is do not have word vomit. I don't work by slides all the time, so I'm kind of tracking in my head. The next one is, never forget to follow up. So that's more of a do, but the don't is don't just give the card and have the expectation that they're going to follow you. Always follow up with your person. So, connect and build a rapport and then, engage. I wish I had someone here to kind of do an example of what it is, the proper ways to network, but I'm going to do it with you guys. So we're at a network event. We're mixing and mingling and connecting. And, maybe we were, sometimes the network events and stuff is at a bar, which is sometimes, okay, here's another don't. Don't go to these networking events and get tipsy. Oh my gosh, do not. You end up turning your prospect into, a date or something like that. And I mean, if there was some chemistry, and cool, but I've watched where people ruin connections rapport because they got too tipsy and they just looked like, a particular slob or, certain things or just couldn't get themselves together. It's tacky. Okay. So if you are going to these mix and mingles where there's drinks, do not get tipsy. Okay. But let's say we're at a particular place, I'm grabbing a drink, you're grabbing a bar, we're at the bar or whatever the case may be. And, just go and speak to a person. I swear, I've met all the hiccups. I used to run around with a stack of my cards in my hands, walking around like, hey, don't do that neither. Okay. So, have your cards somewhere, discreet and just really connect with people. Like you can tell who are sharks and you can tell for those who are there to just really build connections. You know what I'm saying? And really look at who they work with. You can tell honest people, you can smell them. You know what I mean? It's like they're looking for blood. So, we're there and we're connecting. Say hi. Hey, hi, how you doing? You're enjoying the place. Da, 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 da. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Always get to build some icebreaker conversation, or things like that. Compliment something that they do have on. That's always a great do. But like I said, never follow up with growing your business. So, especially girls, females, we're very easy to, I like your nails. Your hair, you natural. That is like a big conversation. I've got so many clients just from talking about being natural. So anyway, engage into the conversation or whatever the case may be and be like, oh, what it is that you do, or how did you learn about this event? How did you learn about this place? How long you've been here, whatever, just have the conversation. Oh, what it is that you do, blah, 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 blah. Well, I da, 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 da. Now, it might be no service or anything what you do, definitely be in a place to see if that person asks you back, what do you do? If I'm in a conversation and the person does not ask me back or what I do or anything like that, I can just tell, I don't really do business with the timid, the shy, or it depends. Some people have good energy. So I'm really big on picking up energies, but you want to have a back and forth engagement. So I've been in conversations where people are like, oh, well, I'll do this and this and this. Here's my card. And never ask me what I do. I don't want to do business with you. I don't. So that's one thing. Always get yourself into a place where, you have a good rapport and conversation. So then the business card is wanted. It's asked for. And then, connect. Definitely connect and make sure that you connect with them on social media, or whatever the case may be, depending on your niche. Those who are still in the corporate phase of things, LinkedIn is like your friend. But, Facebook is becoming the connection of everything, especially if you have a person-to-person kind of contact or, a cell where you kind of particularly engage and things like that. It's important to make sure that you connect with these people on social media. Here's a big number. I'm going to leave with this last one. Here is a big do. When you do connect and you give business cards and you really like this person, like to connect, always like get their information in your phone, because guess what, you can lose that business card. The business card got messed up, you dropped it, whatever the case may be. And I had situations like that where I really engaged with a great person, and that's why sometimes I don't like going to network event mixers. You just grabbing all these cards and you don't really make the rapport. But I've had someone where I really engaged and their car got mixed up or lost somewhere, or I couldn't really remember. Make sure, here's another do, sorry, I'm just throwing these out. Have an impressionable card. I'll say that again. Have an impressionable card. I put my picture on my business cards, so then that way people can remember. Because what happened, like I said, when I connected with this person at grade 4, I couldn't remember who it was with the business card, and ended up finding out later. Like, we end up connecting, but they had a very plain white, business card. So, like I said, a lot of times it's not needed because now you got social media. You can really connect with these people on social media. So always, if you have their card, that way you see their website, your phone number and stuff, and be like, hey, are you on Facebook? Or things like that. And then go ahead and get their Facebook contact and things like that so you can connect with them. And then the email and stuff is cool, but that should be on their business card. A lot of times people aren't even checking their emails these days anymore because they're just piling up with spam, especially if you don't have like a filter email. All right. So I hope this was helpful. Just as a FYI, we are returning on Monday. I have an amazing meditation retreat I'm going to. So I always recommend that you should take care of thyself. Really pour into yourself so you can pour into others, because you can never pour from an empty cup. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you got the do's and don'ts for those who are just tuning in. Just to kind of give you a quick recap, the things I said, I'm going to focus on the don'ts. The don'ts is, don't shove your business card or your business in people's face when you're connecting with them. Get to know them. The second one is, don't have word vomit as far as talking all over all over them about your business and what you provide. Build rapport. And the third one, the third one was, my memory is kind of missing me a little bit. The third one, because I gave y'all a lot of nuggets here, and I was just going off the dome of how I know to connect. But I know the third one was, don't, make sure that you particularly connect with them. Don't just, exchange the card and you never got their info. So always, get their connection or anything like that. If you missed it, there's a replay. This is why this is recorded, so you guys can tune in. I gotta go. We're past the top of the hour. I hope you guys enjoy your Thursday. Have an amazing weekend. I know I am. And I will see you guys next week on Monday. Before you go, if you want me to talk about a particular product or business, not product, maybe I will eventually, because some people have asked they can come on my show and brand their product or service or something. Maybe later we'll work on those things, or whatever. Oh yeah, don't get drunk at the event was another one. So, but before you go, if you want me to talk about different particular products, I keep saying products. If you want, I talk so fast, and that's probably from me being from New York, but I'm kind of stumbling on my words all the time. If you want me to talk about a specific topic, when it comes to entrepreneurships or something where you're particularly struggling at and you need help with, if I haven't discussed it, I will go live about it. This topic was shared from someone on my email list where they talked about, how do I get myself out there? I'm scared to talk to people, and this is where this was come from. A lot of my topics is from people engaging and telling me what they either are going through or what they would like to talk about. So do not hesitate. You can write it in the comments below. You can send me an inbox, and you can also email me at Thrive with LC as a L as in Lauren, C as in cat, at Gmail. So you can send me an email or whatever the case may be if you want me to talk about particular topics here on the show. All right. So I hope y'all enjoyed y'all day. Like I said, tune back in on Monday, 12:30 Eastern time, and I will see y'all there. I'm Lauren LC Thriver signing out. Keep thriving, my friends, because you can get to the top if you remain it.